Hello everybody, I am back. It's been a while since I've done any kind of Wi-Fi content, but I'm back to do some uploads. People have been demanding it. By people, I mean like one person, but you know, anything for the fan, the one fan. Regardless, this is SCDA Wi-Fi. I replaced this week, and this is the day I replaced, and I'm immediately playing a game. Shout out to Spades for giving me the team. He made it into a rental code and then passed it to me, so shout out to Spades. SCDA is a lovely league. I love playing in SCDA personally, especially their Wi-Fi. That's where I like to play in. I think SCDA Wi-Fi, I usually use it as a reliable, because I know the staff there. They'll make sure all the games get done and that Wi-Fi league won't die. One of the things I don't like about Wi-Fi VGC leagues, is because a lot of them are really smaller, is they tend to die out. People get uninterested around like week 3, week 4, but for SCDA, I realize a lot of people, they stick around, or they'll drop and they'll find replacements. Regardless, let's get into the game. This is Perplexer's team. I took over for it. I didn't draft it personally, so I'm just trying to cook with what I was given. Overall, I think this matchup was pretty much in my favor. I'm leading Gothitelle Vaporeon here. I was expecting Lando lead. I did not think this Impidimp would come. Not at all. Not at all. This is pretty shocking to me, because my Gothitelle was like, oh, please don't have SCDVs, don't have SCDVs. So I fake him out here. I didn't really care what T-Flame would go for, personally, because I can't do anything here. And I just click Muddy Water here with Vape, because I think it's free. I was hoping to KO T-Flame. This Vaporeon has a lot of special attack. The EV should be down below in the paste. Let me go over the matchup real quick. I have Brute Bonnet, Sandaconda, Slippoo, and Vigoroth benched. And he has Inteleon, Glaceon, Krokorok, and Rotom Ghost benched. So everything else here on screen is what came to the game. But overall, this is an okay turn 1 for me. Nothing special. I expected a taunt here, which is why I didn't go for Trick Room. Overall, so this is going to be a little bit of a funny play. I'm going to hard switch in Sizz here. And my reason for hard switching in Sizz is because I thought this T-Flame was going to click Tailwind, right? Because I was like, oh, okay, well, Tailwind makes sense here. He's just going to Suicide Tailwind. And get it, and then, like, I don't know what Impidim's going to do, like, click a screen, right? Because I was thinking that either Tingle or Lando's going to come in. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to get the jump here. I click Icy Wind to not miss, by the way. I didn't want to miss Muddy Water. So I click Icy Wind. So that's why I go hard Sizz here, is because I'm trying to get the jump on the Tinglu. I don't want the Tinglu to come in, basically. I don't really care if Lando comes in. But, yeah, no, he didn't click screens. He clicked T-Wave, and I'm like, okay, interesting. I expected T-Wave on this, which is also why I didn't go Flutter Mane. And he Brave Birded me. I was like, oh, alright, well, he just sacked off his T-Flame. That was not something I expected. I get Perp's team's pretty slow overall, so it makes sense that he wouldn't bring T-Wind, but I don't know. I felt like T-Wind there for the Flirt Mane made sense, so that's why I went hard Sizz here. Regardless, I just Icy Wind with Vape, and nothing happens. So, next comes in Lando, and I'm like, okay, agency play, right? Watch this agency play. Okay. So, I'm going to hard switch out into Gothitelle, right? Right? I'm going to Terra Flying. I'm going to Terra Flying my Vaporeon. And click, what did I click? Muddy Water. Yeah, click Muddy Water, right? Alright, so check out this play, check out this play, check out this play, right? Check this out. This is some agency level reading here. He's going to EQ, kill his own Impidimp to get in whatever else is in the back, right, for some momentum. Oh boy. Oh boy, was I wrong. Oh boy, was I wrong. It's taking a minute, but basically that was my reasoning behind this play. And I also I was thinking that I could get the fake out next turn. And that's what I was like. That was like everything out in my head. So I get the fake out next turn, right? I don't get EQ'd here. It's a good turn for me. And you're gonna see he's gonna click Rock Slide. I'm gonna get fucking outplayed. I don't even know if I got outplayed. I might have outplayed myself. Shit. I think I outplayed myself. Like, it makes sense. So, it makes sense that he didn't click EQ. I don't know. I just really thought he was going to kill his own Impidimp. Because, like, EQ, you killed the Sizz. I don't think Sizz died or not. Keep that in mind. I don't think it did. I guess Sizz isn't really a threat, per se, to the Lando. But, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I was just like so convinced that he's gonna EQ there because I was like the freest EQ of your life. The Terra Flying on Lando caught me off guard too. I didn't really think Terra Flying was that good on Lando. I was expecting like... let me relook. I was thinking like Terra Steel. Something like that. Or Terra Poison. I thought Terra Poison was pretty good too. Because Perp's team doesn't really have a good way to break poison types right now. The spoiler for anyone who from in SCDA watching this, by the way, right? Bring Terra Poison versus this team. What it is right now. So when I saw Terra Flying, I was like, huh. That's not what I expected. I mean, I guess I looked at this matchup in like 30 minutes. So I don't know what I was expecting. It really wasn't this. I thought his Lando would be able to beat Fluttermane. Apparently, he didn't really bring anything from Fluttermane. His Fluttermane resist was what? Revavroom? And then his Masquerada is his last. This is a good turn for me. Especially because I don't get the flinch here. Yeah, they hit both these guys pretty hard. I mean, I got a crit on the Lando. It's like, whatever. I don't think that mattered. And, yeah, so this turn's pretty good for me right now. I know both my Mons are about to die here. Like, 100%. Yeah, weakness policy Lando. I really wonder if he was expecting the Icy Wind from Vape to proc his policy. But I don't know, because Lando doesn't eat... Lando does not eat the Icy Wind. It really doesn't. Unlike, anything else can follow up. Because if he didn't bring T-Wind... I don't know what his T-Flame moves were. I only saw Taunt, Brave Bird, right? I'm assuming he had a Fire move. I don't know what his last move is. My Cobra procs here, but it doesn't matter. I should have been Mental Herb, by the way. I did have Mental Herb at one point. And I was just like, I think Cobra's more important. Yeah, no. Mental Herb might have won me the game earlier. Yeah, and Vape's gonna die here too. This is, even though I'm down 2-3, this game's basically finished. There's no real way he can win from here. Because his last is whatchamacallit? Impidimp. So I actually kind of misplay here. The play should have been, and this is to catch any random Roselli Berry Masquerada. I didn't think he was Roselli. I was like, there's no way. He's probably Sash on it. This is why I didn't Bullet Punch it, by the way. Because I'm just like, he's Sash. Doesn't matter. So I don't Bullet Punch him here. Because I don't think... It's like, if he's Roselli, I'm GG well played. If he's GG well played if he's like Roselli, you know what I mean? I Bullet Punch, just in case like Lando doesn't die to Deagling for some reason. I Bullet Punch to Lando. And I know I'm going to get Sucker Punched, which I'm fine with. And Masquerada's going to drop to Deagling here, which is why I did this play. And then the last Mon we're going to see is Impidimp. And what moves did Impidimp click so far? Well, Parting Shot. You only click Parting Shot 2 ways, right? I'm not crazy. Regardless, I also know my Sizz kills Lando from here. Which is why I think the crit did kind of matter. He did put him in range of Sizz. So maybe it did matter in the long run. Here I'm debating, because I know he's going to click T-Wave into my Fluttermane here. Right, I know it. Which is why I'm like thinking, like, do I protect? And I realized, well, if I protect, I throw. This guarantee wins because I double. This guarantee wins. There's no way you lose doing this because Lando's in range assist. So yeah, so this finishes off the Lando, and then Fluttermane's gonna finish off the Impidimp, and then that's game 1. Overall, how do I feel about game 1? I feel pretty strong about game 1. Because I'm like, okay, well I know his speed control. Probably gonna try to speed control me with Impidimp. So going into game 2, you know, I'm formulating my plan. Right here, I started formulating, like, okay, think about game 2. You're gonna see when we're on the select screen that I'm gonna, like, also be thinking, like, this. Because I'm trying to think, did he bring Revavroom? Was my main thing. Because I know King Lou's gonna come game 2. I'm like 100% like, yeah, King Lou's gonna come. He did struggle with all those special attackers, so he's gonna bring King Lou. I know that. And I'm like, Masquerada's gonna come because Vape did a lot of work here, so Masquerada should come. Lando's probably gonna come, but I don't know if the T-Flame would come. Which was the thing. I was assuming T-Flame would come. I wasn't sure because it didn't really do too much in that game. It kind of just died to Vaporeon. Yeah, you can see the items now if you didn't get to see them the first time. So overall, you're gonna see here. I'm gonna start thinking like, what do I do? I was confident. I thought it was gonna lead Lando game 2. I really did. And I'm thinking, okay, Rotom Heat lead. Why am I leading Rotom Heat? Because I'm thinking he's gonna lead one of Meowscarada or T-Flame. I didn't think he would lead both. I'm thinking either Tinglu, T-Flame, Meowscarada, Lando. One of those two leads. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going back and forth here, right? I'm like, is he gonna do it? Because I unselect Vaporeon because I'm like, if he leads Meowscarada, Lando, the Flutter Mane, Rotom lead is really good into it. But I'm like, I think he's gonna lead Tinglu, T-Flame. I'm just checking Vaporeon here. Let's remind my moveset real quick. Just getting a refresher. But yeah, I'm gonna end up leading Vaporeon, Rotom Heat. That lead was really good. I thought Vaporeon had a really good matchup here. Like, honestly, that one kind of slept on in VGC. I've been really liking it this gen. I don't know. Maybe it's because most other waters are like really bad this gen. I loved in Swish Suicune. That was like my favorite mon, and I just been using Vape this gen as like a bootleg Suicune. Like deadass. Like, you just don't have T-Wind. You just replace T-Wind with Wish. But Icy Wind, Water Move, Calm Mind, like the big budget Suicune. He's always cheap too. Yeah, he ends up leading T-Flame, Meowscarada. So he ended up leading 2 of the lead mons I thought he would lead, but not the exact 2. So this lead was really good for me. And now I'm going to make an interesting play here. I'm going to Wisp Meowscarada, and I'm going to Terra and click Icy Wind. The reason I'm clicking Icy Wind here is I noticed T-Flame's not going to click T-Wind. I know he's not clicking. The reason I click this is because my Rotom is creeped to outspeed this T-Flame at -1. And I'm breaking his Gale Wings here, and I don't really care about what Meowscarada has to do to me. So I'm going to Wisp him. And the reason I'm Wisping him is that I'm basically killing one of his slots. You're going to see for this entire game, I'm going to ignore this Meowscarada for the most part. Which is a little weird. I wasn't really too concerned with it. I was more concerned with his other slot. Yeah, here's the Terraflying. Also, I was thinking he was going to Flower Trick me, which is why I Terraflyinged. Yeah, this was the thing that caught me off guard. I was expecting him to double the Vaporeon, but he didn't. So, you know what? I'm chill with this. This turn went really well for me. This was probably like the perfect turn 1 for me. Not only did I land Wisp, I break his Gale Wings on T-Flame. I don't know why he Brave Birded the Rotom. I'm just going to assume he couldn't hit the Rotom and he just wanted to get damage on it. I'm not too sure. Alright. So, yeah, they're going to be now moving on to the next turn here. I'm going to T-Bolt the T-Flame because I'm just going to try to kill it before it can do anything too funny. Yeah, I'm just debating if I'm going to go back into Sizz, make that crazy play again, go hard Sizz. No, I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to Wish here on Vaporeon. Mostly because I'm like thinking, do I just want my HP back? Because I thought T-Flame might just try to kill me here. And I'm like, okay, well, I Wish here, right? If he switches Lando, that's fine. And he did switch, but he went into Tinglu here. So me Wishing there was covering for Lando trying to switch in, potentially, or Tinglu. Just so I don't have too much, just so I don't like have too much damage on me. Also because if Meowscarada tries to bully me, I will be out of their range for both of them. I mean, you can, a lot of people might be like, well, if you're assuming Lando came in, why don't you AC Whitney? The reason is, A, I can miss, and B, if he switches in Tinglu, I don't really gain anything from that play. So, Wish was overall better because I'm at 50% here. And I'm going to Calm Mind here. So what I'm setting up here is I'm trying to get, I'm going for double KO here. What I mean by double KO is I want both of these mons to die at the same time. So this is why I'm ignoring this Meowscarada. A lot of people might have just killed this Meowscarada turn 1, right? I know burning this Meowscarada is not a threat. I can ignore it the entire game because I have Flutter Mane. Well, not with Flutter Mane, but I can ignore it because I have Sizz in the back. And my Sizz completely walls this. Rotom completely walls this. And Vaporeon completely walls it. So 3 out of my 4 completely wall this mon when it's burnt, which is why I don't care about it too much. I wasn't actually too sure what this Tinglu was going to do. I just assumed he was Assault Vest. And he's probably gonna start like firing off rock slides and stuff, which is why I burn him. Calm Mind's just me trying to boost my stats. Essentially, if Lando tries to switch in at any point, he's not going to switch it in. Because if I attack, Lando will die. So he should just be staying in here with his 2 mons, or switch out like Ting Lu into Tiefling, and just let it die. Regardless, yeah, these 2 mons are basically out of the game for the most part, because they're not too big of threats. So I was debating if I wanted to go into Sizz or Fluttermane here, but I'm like, I don't want too much unnecessary damage on either of them, because I saw Ruination. And I'm like, I don't want to switch Sizz into a Ruination. I think this Rotom's pretty useless anyway. So I should have wished here. After seeing Ruination, I should have clicked the Wish. But I clicked Calm Mind again, because I'm trying to set up the double KO now. Which is what I'm trying to set up right here. Which is why I Nasty Block. Now I'm like, okay, well, Rotom's gonna die. I'm fine with this. This is perfectly okay with me. That Rotom will die right here. Next turn, I'm going to overheat the Ting Lu. I shouldn't do too much damage. It's gonna do a decent chunk. And plus 2 Vaporeon plus Fluttermane, what I was thinking here, will finish off the Ting Lu. Alright. That, or I can go for the 50-50 on Meow, because I know it has Sucker Punch. This is an Overgrown Meowscarada, by the way. Which was interesting. I don't know why he was Overgrow. I'm just gonna assume he's like Knock-Teched Flower Trick Sucker, and then he just didn't need any other move. I assumed it would have U-turn because there's a Brute on this team, but I guess not. Same with Play Rough, that would hit the Hariyama, but I guess not. Yeah, so I ended up missing here, and it's just like, fuck. Because now I'm like, damn it, that's annoying. Rotom dies for nothing. Yeah, you get ready to see a lot of overheat misses this season. This Shitmon. I wish it would vape. This is another kind of like play because I know he's gonna Ruination me. Which is whatever. Like, I don't really care too much I take the Ruination because Meowscarada can't kill me from this range. So I have the choice between both Fluttermane or Sizz, and I end up going Fluttermane here. The reason I go Fluttermane is I know for a fact he's going to double this Fluttermane stuff. There is no reason he shouldn't. So Protect for me was really, really free. And then this would guarantee that I get damage on Ting Lu and kill the Meowscarada. So going from here, right? Going from here, Ting Lu would now be in range of Fluttermane Deepling next turn, right? Now he would be in range of Deepling. And Vaporeon should finish off Lando. Assuming I don't get flinched, of course. But even if I were to get flinched, Sizz, he would be in range of Sizz Bullet Punch after the D-Gleam. Or even then, if he wasn't, I could Moonblast him. Or he'd be in range of 2 D-Gleams plus Bullet Punch, regardless of the fact. Ting Lu would be dead here if I didn't miss him. He'd be dead. So it would make my endgame and my life a lot easier, but of course I miss again. So we all know this Ting Lu is actually Bright Powder. He's not AV. I actually don't know what item it is. I made all that up. That he was AV and Bright Powder. I made that up. We're just going to assume that he's both. Okay? Because we're never going to know. Remember, if you keep missing your opponent, just assume that they hacked in like a Bright Powder. Even if you see leftovers. You see, like, if you see leftovers, you missed them like 3 times in a row. I did leftovers plus Bright Powder. Hack the game. So I go Sizz here. And the reason I go Sizz is I don't want to lose my Sash on Fluttermane for my end. And then I just Muddy Water. I know that this Lando's gonna Terra. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care he's going to Terra. I just need to not get flinched here. Basically, I'm like, don't get flinched. Don't get flinched. Basically, like everything going through my head, like, don't get flinched. Don't get flinched. Don't get flinched. Don't get flinched. I have to play for it because of what happened last turn, and I keep missing this Ting Lu. I have to play to not get flinched, basically, with the position I was put into. Like, it sucks that I have to be put in that position, but that's what it is. Thankfully, Vaporeon lands, and now Lando's in range of Bullet Punch. And he Ruinations Vaporeon for some reason. I don't actually know what this Ting Lu's moveset is. It has to be like EQ, Heavy Slam, Ruination. I don't know what his last name is. No idea. So I'm just gonna keep spamming Bullet Punch into this Lando until it dies. And then this is basically the game wrapped up here. There is no play from this position. There's no real play he can make to win. He has to hope for misses. Basically, he has to hope that this Vaporeon misses Muddy Water on when his T-Flame comes in. And then he has to get a double protect, essentially, because he's going to protect here. We all know that's obvious, right? I could have SD'd with Sizz, but it's just like, why? Yeah, but sometimes it's just like, you make the play, even if you know what your opponent's going to do, some situations like this, you still make the play anyway. Because no matter what, just spamming Bullet Punch plus Muddy Water will always win me this endgame. It doesn't really matter what he does. And, of course, unless I miss. Unless I miss. Like, if I miss, I miss. Like, there's not much I can actually do if I miss. Now T-Flame comes out. And I will just be making the same play again. Because he needs a double tech and he needs to kill the Sizz here in order to win. Because I kept the Sash on Flutter Mane. Which is also why I switched out Flutter Mane on that other turn. Because I figured, well, okay, worst case scenario, I keep my Sash. Which this is why I switched, because I wanted to keep the Sash. So that I have a guaranteed win, just in case, like, worst come to worst. Just like this. So T-Flame's going to finish off the Sizz. Vaporeon's going to land in Muddy Water. Whew, thank God. Thank goodness. Dude, honestly, I might have hacked him. Honestly, I might have hacked him. With the crit and, I landed like 3 Muddy Waters, that might be hacks. Like, who lands Muddy Water, bro? Honest to God. Also, I just want to say, Terra Flying is like my favorite Terra type. In-game, it looks so goofy. It looks so goofy. I love the little balloons. And yeah, I just, I said, you know what? I don't want to miss it. I click Icy Win. Yeah, this is week 1 of SCDA. GG, Alex. Overall fun game. I think my prep was okay. Given it was like 30 minutes, and I immediately played on the same day I replaced, I think it was okay. Yeah, overall, I was pretty happy with this result. That's week 1. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. That'll be it. Goodbye, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you have any suggestions in the comments or nickname themes, please leave them below. I'll be taking all criticism and all suggestions.